Nature versus Nurture by Abigail Gregson. Another aspect of talent is the nature versus nurture debate in sport, and I'll be focusing on what makes them both different. By understanding the foundations of this debate, it will help scientists, coaches, and athletes develop a more informed understanding of the range of influences affecting human performance and sporting achievement. Baker 2020. So, what actually is it? The expression nature versus nurture makes it seem as though human individuality, such as personality traits, intelligence, preferences, and other characteristics, must be based on either the genes people are born with or the environment in which they grew up. The reality, as scientists have shown, is more complicated, and both these and other factors can help account for the many ways in which individuals differ from each other. Psychology Today, 2024. Now that we have a basic understanding of what nature versus nurture is, let's take a look at the roles of nature and nurture in determining human athletic ability. There are two main theories that aim to explain both arguments in the spectrum of the debate: the genetic influence model and the deliberate practice model. The genetic model refers to nature, and it argues that a predetermined set of genetic traits predicts athletic potential and success. These physical traits are polygenic, producing the ultimate elite phenotype, Collins 2012. The four most influential traits include gender, height, VO2 max, and skeletal muscle composition. The most obvious influence on athletic performance is the drastic segregation of male and female performances. This is proof of genetic predisposition to athletic potential, while height is developed by both nature and nurture and is very predictive of sport-specific success. Studies have also found a number of VO2 max genes in untrained individuals, which are inherently genetic, and also genes activated by training, which are environmentally influenced, Collins 2012. VO2 max is a strong predictor of maximal aerobic capacity, and thus performance in endurance-based events. Being genetically gifted with superior aerobic capacity automatically places the athlete in an advantageous position for accelerated graduation to the elite level, while skeletal muscle properties are subject to similar genetic and environmental influences. Hence, an athlete born with greater strength capacity in their musculature will have an easier time transitioning into strength-based sports. Also, possessing exceptional abilities is at least partially attributed to one's genes. Talent is passed down from parents or grandparents to the next generation, and this can include intelligence or athletic performance. In fact, many athletes from the past and today are members of the same family. However, as well as genetics, talent can also be learned and earned through extended and intense practice of a skill. This links closely with the deliberate practice model, which refers to nurture, and it suggests engaging in sport-specific practices during critical points of motor skill development, Collins 2012. Deliberate practice is defined as activities that possess complete focus on developing a particular aspect of sporting performance. This model proposes that 10,000 hours of training over the course of a 10-year period will allow an athlete to reach elite level status. This links closely to Erikson's theory, which also states sufficient practice in a particular skill can take anyone to a proficiency level, and that dedicated practice is sufficient to bring out the best in you, Erikson 2007. As stated before, nurture plays a big role in athletic ability, and there are 5 environmental variables that are found to be associated with achieving a level of expertise in sport. These variables include deliberate practice, family support, coach's influence, relative age effect, and birthplace effect. Let's talk a little about each one. Deliberate practice has been defined as an activity to enhance performance. It may not be the most enjoyable, but it is considered a task-specific structured training activity that plays a major role in capturing the processes by which a skill is acquired. In the early stages of talent development, individuals who achieved the highest level of proficiency in their domain say that family played a major role in encouraging and supporting their involvement in training and competition. Cote also emphasised the importance of family, especially within the early stages of sport involvement, as family can be a big part in influencing performance. As well as family playing a leading role in early stages of sport development, the coach's influence also plays a big part. The role of the coach is to create a learning environment, provide high levels of instruction, support and encouragement, as well as providing praise for athletes. This shows the importance of coaching nurturing athletic performance. The last variables are the relative age effect and birthplace effect. The relative age effect implies that individuals born in the first quartile are more likely to reach higher athletic achievements than those born in the fourth quartile, as well as the person's place of birth being associated with achieving a high level of proficiency in sport. This could be due to the fact that certain places will provide different opportunities for individuals to excel in sport. The nature versus nurture debate can also stretch to argue natural giftedness over learned ability in determining athletic talent potential. Tranquil and Cushing 2006 described the work of Gagné on the subject of innate and acquired talent. Gagné describes a continuum in which aptitudes and gifts lie at one end, and competencies and talent lie at the other. Gifts are genetically inborn but may take maturation or informed learning for them to become fully expressed. Talent, on the other hand, is developed methodically, over time, and heavily influenced by external sources of motivation and opportunity. Most often, giftedness and talent are thought of as equal and interchangeable terms, though distinguishing between the two is important. An example of two athletes who represent the nature versus nurture debate are footballers Ronaldo and Messi. Even though Messi was small in stature, he had the immediate talent and skills required to become one of the greatest footballers of all time. whereas Ronaldo had to work hard to get to where he is now, meaning despite his growing up in poverty, he trained playing football every day with the belief that he could get himself and his family out of that situation. This ended up giving him the desire and motivation to work hard and become like Messi, with being one of the greatest footballers of all time.